Today we're going to go over the difference between ground ivy and dead nettle. These are two very common spring plants that come up in the northeastern part of the United States. Welcome to MrsCrunchy, where we discuss natural living in a modern world. The first plant we're going to identify today is ground ivy, which is also known as creeping Charlie. I am very familiar with this plant because it has really taken over my yard. It does tend to do that. For some people, this can be known as a problem plant in their yard. But let's look at some ways that we can identify it. First, it has two-lipped purple to blue flowers growing in the leaf axils, which is basically referring to the angle where the top of the leaves meets the main stem. Second, they have kidney-shaped scallop-edged leaves. Also, they have somewhat long leaf stalks. Now, creeping Charlie is a member of the mint family, so I've shared a picture of it growing next to some mint that I have in my garden, and it shares the following qualities. It has a square stem, its leaves grow opposite from one another, and then also when you crush the leaves, it gives off an aromatic, almost pungent scent. This second plant we're going to identify today is dead nettle. This is purple dead nettle, and it grows anywhere from 2 to 6 feet tall. It prefers sunny areas but will tolerate light shade. You can see the flowers here are pinkish to purplish on purple dead nettle. Now the stems can be anywhere from green to purple as well, and because it's also a member of the mint family, it does share the characteristics of having a square stem, opposing leaves. In dead nettle, they are 90 degrees each pair from the one that's growing directly above or beneath it. And then also you can see it tends to get more purple towards the top, and the leaves tend to droop downwards. I thought it might be helpful to place both the dead nettle and the creeping Charlie next to one another, side by side from left to right. So then that way we can really take a look at the differences with a somewhat plain background behind them. So first, what I'm noticing is that the stems are somewhat similar, although they seem a little bit more purple on the dead nettle. And then also, as far as the leaves go, to me, the creeping Charlie on the right has slightly darker leaves, also the shape of the leaves. So again, the creeping Charlie has more kidney-shaped leaves, whereas the dead nettle has more pointed, heart-shaped leaves. And then, of course, you see the variation of dead nettle starting to get more purple towards the top. And then in this case, I know this is not always true, but the dead nettle here has more pinkish flowers compared to the creeping Charlie, which has more purple flowers. I hope this video has helped you more easily tell the difference between ground ivy and dead nettle, and that you're enjoying experiencing both of these plants during the springtime. That's all I have for today, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks as always for watching.